Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 30th tutorial in this course. In this tutorial, we're going to check out how we can use the for each loop with associative arrays. So I've got a file opened up in my text editor. It's called foreach_asoc.php, and on line number 6 in the file I have the opening PHP tag. On line number 22 I have the closing PHP tag, and in between the opening and closing tags I have some code which seems to be complicated, but trust me, it's really easy. We're going to just cruise through this. So I have created an array on line number 7 in the file. I've given the name ARR to the variable, and I've used the array function, and this one actually has two associative arrays. So the first array has the fields name, country, and rank, and it's for Roger Federer. So the name key takes the value Roger Federer, the country key takes the value Switzerland, and the rank key takes the value 3. And we've already discussed how to create associative arrays, so I'm not going to discuss the syntax of this. And then I have a comma after the closing parenthesis of the first array function within the array function for the variable ARR, and then I have created another associative array, and this one again has the same keys. So name, country, and rank are the three keys, but the values are for Rafael Nadal. So name is Rafael Nadal, and country is Spain, and rank is 2, right? So after creating the array variable, I now want to see the values on screen. So I want to see details of Roger Federer, and I also want to see details of Rafael Nadal, and this is an example as close to real life as possible. So let's say you have enrolled in a course, and there are 30 people who are taking the course with you, and you have information about them. So you have their names, you have their contact numbers, you have their email addresses, you have their genders, and you have their age. So you have all those values with you, and you've created one associative array in which there are fields for each of those attributes, right? So you have an attribute called name, you have a field called age and gender, and so on, and you have corresponding values for all 30 people. And now you want to write a PHP program to display all those values on screen. So you can do that conveniently using the for each loop. And as I said in the last tutorial, the for each loop has been designed to work with arrays. So in this case, since we have two arrays within an array variable, we've got two associative arrays within the array variable ARR, we'll have to use the for each loop twice, and this is called nesting of loops. So just as you can nest if statements within if statements, you can also nest loops within loops, and this is applicable not just to the for each loop but also to the for loop and the while loop, right? So the first for each statement on line number 13 takes the name of the array variable, which is $ARR, as the first value, and then we have the keyword as, and then the placeholder variable, which is $var. In this case I've called it $var, and this for each statement is going to move over the individual arrays in the variable ARR. So it's going to first move over this array, and then it's going to move over this array. So this variable $var is going to take array values and not normal element values, because the individual elements in this array variable are actually array values. They're not normal elements, they're array values. So I have the opening curly brace for the first for each statement on line number 14 and the closing curly brace on line number 21, and indentation is again something that's very important. You need to make sure that your opening and closing curly braces for statements are on the same level as far as the indentation is concerned. And then inside this for each statement, I have another for each statement on line number 15, and this one gets the value $var as the array value, and that's because the placeholder variable $var is going to take in this array in the first iteration, and then it's going to take in this array as the array value in the next iteration. So I hope I'm making sense. And the way you work with associative arrays in PHP, so this array is actually not an associative array. The variable ARR is a normal array which has associative arrays as elements. So but the variable $var is going to take in associative arrays as values. So this is actually what we are going to discuss. This is something that we haven't seen till now. So you type in your array variable name, then you type in the keyword as, and then you have to type in something like this. So now you have to type in two placeholder variable name. So the first one I have called attribute, and you could call it anything, and the second one is called info, and in between these you have the same characters as you have between the keys and values in associative arrays, which is the equal to symbol and the greater than symbol, right? And then in the body of this for each loop I have an echo statement first, which is going to display the attribute name first. So it's going to display name and country and rank, and I have enclosed this within the opening and closing bold tags. So this is going to be displayed in bold, and then I have a colon, and then I have displayed the info variable value. So in case of this array, it's going to display Roger Federer for name, and then Switzerland for country, and 3 for rank. And in case of Rafael Nadal, it's going to display Rafael Nadal for name, Spain for country, and 2 for rank, right? And then finally I have an echo statement that's going to output the break tag, so that we see details of Roger Federer, and then we have a new line, and then on the next line we see details for Rafael Nadal. So I'm going to save this file, and in my browser I'm going to request for the file Foreach _ ASOC. When I press the enter key, this is what I see. So I see the key names in bold. So I see name in bold, and then I see the value for name, Roger Federer. I see country in bold, value for it Switzerland, rank in bold, and the value for it 3. And then on the next to next line I see details for Rafael Nadal. So this is how you work with associative arrays using the for each loop. And in case this was a complicated example and you want me to illustrate something else to you, something simpler, then you can send me a message, and maybe I'll create a script file and just email to you, or maybe I'll record another tutorial in case this was complicated. Thank you so much for watching this lesson. I'm going to see you in the next tutorial, in which we'll discuss something interesting and important again for sure, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. See you in the next video. Till then, take care.